This is In Demand, and it's good to have these boys back on the show with us. It's McFly. Guys, hello.
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 How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Great, thanks.
Yeah, not bad, thanks. Not bad. It's been a busy time for you guys, although we've not heard much from you musically as of late, but you have been quite busy all over the world, haven't you?
We have been, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Whenever we're not in the kind of public eye here in the UK, we're either touring around the UK or around the rest of the world, or in the studio, or on reality TV shows.
Yeah, you don't really just sit about and do nothing, do you? You like to...
No, we don't. We
on
never.
Sundays, I like to sit around and do nothing.
And on Christmas Day, we don't do anything.
I've seen some pictures of you guys recently, and this theme kind of runs with the video to the new single as well. But you're suited and booted. Is this a new look?
We're wearing them now, in fact.
Right. Is this the new thing now for McFly too?
Well, we thought we'd dress up, you know. It's 10 years on into being a band, and we looked particularly scruffy in our past, and we thought now it's the time. It's the best of coming out, and we thought we would scrub up a bit.
So the suits is a sign of you guys looking a bit more mature, if you like, 10 years on. There's lots of chat of wedding, marriages, all that sort of stuff. Do you feel as a band now and as friends and everything, you have matured and you've got to that point in your life where life has got to be kind of serious?
No, I think life gets more serious around you as you get older. But
look around you.
But to be honest, I think the maturity level.
Immature.
Yeah, the maturity levels have, if anything, immaturity has become more apparent within our group over the years.
Does that know what you've got to do, though, to be more immature the longer you guys are together?
Yeah, I think because it makes you feel young.
Yeah, and gets you through everything.
I honestly don't think I'll ever change. I don't think
Farts will never not be funny.
I remember when I was 13 and going to my senior school, and I was saying to friends, you can't do those faces anymore because it's not cool. They won't think it's funny. 26, still doing it.
What about the competition with other boy bands? When you come back into the music scene here in the UK, boy bands are popping up all the time. You watch X Factor,
spreading like a disease.
Yes, you can't get rid of them. You can't shake them off. But does that concern you, or do you just think it's all healthy competition to have more people?
It's all part of the cycle, the machine that is the pop
circle
industry.
of life.
The circle of pop.
Yeah.
When we first came out, there was no one. There was just us. There was just Busted. And before Busted, there were loads of them. There was, like Five and
Blue
and Backstreet Boys.
And the thing is, I think there's always going to be new bands that come out, and they're always the hot band of the moment, and the ones that are kind of the in band to love. And we had our time at being that band, which was amazing, but that's never ever going to last. For a whole career, it's the true test is longevity and how long you can sustain having success and still enjoying what you do, and that's something we've been very lucky to be able to do for the last 9.5 years. And so that then we've seen a lot of bands come and go. So it'd be interesting, see in 10 years' time who's still around. Yeah,
that's another way to look at it. You guys have proven how to...
Veterans.
Yes, veterans. Here come veterans, McFly. Well, listen, guys, we want to play the new single. We want to talk about this greatest hits, and we'll get you to take Romeo's round of randomness, and we'll do that next on In Demand. This is In Demand. On the show tonight, McFly are with us. Guys, we were talking earlier about the competition with boy bands, but am I right in saying, Tom, that you've written some songs for another boy band?
Yeah, for One Direction. I was lucky enough to write a song on their first album, and then we got asked to write again for their next album. So we've been working with them for two songs on this album as well, which is brilliant. And Danny got to produce one of them too. So we did that at our home studio.
So what, did the guys all come to your home studio and you had a bit of a McFly 1D party going on? What was that like?
Actually, we had them round and they were really cool. We had a little barbecue while we were doing vocals, and we got on really well.
So the new single, which is out the same date as the greatest hits, 26th of November, this kind of does go back a bit to some older stuff that you guys have done.
I think when you are a band for nearly 10 years, you should experiment and try new things. But the thing is, we have a sound which I think people associate with us, like obviously and All About You and Five Colours in a Hair and stuff, all those kind of songs. And we've not really done a song like that in a long time. So I think that's why Love Is Easy is kind of the perfect song for the best of, because it goes back to what I think we do best. Well,
we're going to play that single in a moment, but before we do that, guys, we are going to do Romeo's round of randomness, which is a general knowledge quiz. We'll put 30 seconds on the clock and see how you guys get on.
Just 30 seconds.
Thank you.
And now, Romeo's round of randomness.
Lots can happen in 30 seconds. You guys could claim a top spot
Good luck, boys.
on the round of randomness leaderboard. Right, are you ready to do it, guys?
Yes.
Yep. Here we go, McFly taking Romeo's round of randomness, and the time starts now. Can you say the name of this quiz?
Romeo's round of randomness.
Which Jurassic Park star also starred in the movie The Fly?
Jeff Goldblum.
Which instrument would you use to observe the stars?
Telescope.
Labyrinth has collaborated with which Scottish star on the #1 single Beneath Your Beautiful?
Millie Sunday.
Okay, question number 4. 5 to the power of 0 equals what?
5.
The Canadian city...
0.
The Canadian city Montreal is named after what? A river, mountain, person or sea?
Dragon.
Oh, wait.
River, I'd say.
Okay, you're going for a river. Right, guys. We got through 6 questions there.
Yeah.
If you were to mark yourselves out of 6, what would you give yourselves there?
4 maybe. 4 or 5.
3.
Well, actually, if I could give you a point for being spot on with marking yourselves, I would, but I can't. You got 4 out of 6.
Ooh, which ones did we get wrong?
You got 5 to the power of 0. That equals 1. Funnily, believe it or not. And the Canadian city Montreal is named after a mountain.
Not bad,
There you
though.
go.
What a letdown.
Those are
4
two
out of
that we
6.
weren't going to get.
Who's
not bad.
on your leaderboard?
Well, your friends One Direction at the top with 9 points.
What?
GLS
It depends on the questions, though.
In 30 seconds.
Surprisingly, it surprised me as well when those boys rattled through those questions, but they
There's some
managed to do
cheating
it.
going on from them
we
boys.
get-
We know what they're
Can
like.
we play again?
We've got GLS on there as well with 4 points, and so you're equal with them. But listen, we will get you back on to better that score of 4.
Yeah, we'll come back.
yeah.
We'll brush up on our general knowledge.
Yeah, definitely do that. We
We only win stuff
We're
these days, you know.
justifying being
If you're
stupid.
not seen Strictly and I'm a Celebrity, we only do winning,
Yeah,
I'm
he
afraid.
watched Monster Top stuff.
well, listen, guys, good to have you back on the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us. It's a pleasure.
Let's get your new track on. Introduce it for us.
Well, we've been McFly, and this is our brand new single. It's called Love Is Easy, and we hope you like it a lot.